So hi there guys, what I want to take you through today is a routine that I do pretty much every day, whether I'm working out or not, because I've found in the past, especially in the last few years, that my back has been aching when I get out of bed, after I've been doing some work, more so than it's been in the past. And as we age, obviously, things start to degrade, ligaments, tendons, joints aren't quite what they used to be when we were in our 20s. So for me, and I suspect for a lot of you, this will be a great routine just to relieve that tension and the pain in the back. If you've got a serious issue, obviously go and seek medical help, but I found that this can really alleviate those irritating niggles and pains. So just follow along with me, see what I say. If you've got any questions or comments about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, make sure you put them in the comments down below. Please feel free and to help out and subscribe, support, etc. All greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's kick off. So I'm going to start now in what we know is the child pose. You don't have to remember these names, just follow along. So I'm going to do it on a sideways basis. Onto your knees, hands down below, and just lean back. And what we're trying to do now is just to push our backside down towards our heel, and then we're trying to bring our head slowly down between our arms. And the important thing about all of these moves I'm going to be doing now is not to force them. Okay, so just allow gravity in its own time just to take you down lower and lower and lower. That's it. And you can shuffle your fingers back a little bit, push your backside back a little bit, and you can feel that stretch across the lower back. That's it. Just breathe into it. That's it. You can take as long as you like in this pose. It's a really lovely pose. Really easy, nice, easy pose. And then just to add to this, what we can do is we can stretch out to the side. So if we move, say, our left hand around and up, you can start to feel a stretch on that left hand side. And you can ease yourself again down gently into that. And if you want to, you can move yourself forward a little bit and then just stretch back down. That's it. Oh, good. And hold these stretches, as I said, for 15 to 30 seconds, more if you want to, a particular part of you that's hurting more than the rest. That's it. Then bring it back to the centre, and then stretch around to that left hand side from the right, crawling your fingers forward. That's it. And just relax down into it. The fauna and fauna around me buzzing about. Ah, lovely. It's great to be on the outside now. Sunshine's coming out back here in the UK, so taking the opportunity to enjoy the fresh air. That's it. Great. Then from here, all we're going to do, come up, hands and arms directly below your shoulders, and we're going to arch our back upwards. That's it. And hold. Good. And drop our back down. That's it. And as we do that, look up. Again, don't strain too much. That's it. Nice and easy. That's it. And then, and again, arch back up. I believe in yoga they call it the camel pose. And back down. I think possibly this is the cat. Not too sure. Probably you can comment on that one. Fantastic. Great. Okay. So from here, what we're going to do now is going to stretch out the glutes. So hands forward, knee up, slightly to one side, cross your right leg over your left leg. That's it. And be careful of the knee. If you've got any knee issues, keep the leg pointed more down. If you haven't, then you can bring it more up. I've got a little bit of some issues around the ACL, MCL, so I'm keeping it moderately bent. And then we're just going to come down gently into that pose. Now, take this gradually, easily. If you're more up here, that's fine. Over time, you can tend to Stretch that leg back, that's it. And feel the stretch all the way along the glute. That's it. And if you like, you can move your left arm round again to increase that stretch. That's it. Again, hold that for 15 to 30 seconds or even more if you want a little bit extra on that stretch. That's great. Nice easy breathing through the nose. And then swap that over, bring the right leg up, move it out, cross the left leg over. That's it. Come down nice and easily to start with. That's it, ease into that stretch. And if you like, you can stretch that leg out a bit more, the rear leg, the left leg out. That's it. Just breathe into that stretch. Excellent. Good. And then from there, what we're going to do, hands again directly below your shoulders, extend your legs back, and now we're going to drop middle section down slowly, slowly, slowly. Cobra stretch, I believe this one's called. Now if you're finding this one problematic, come down to your elbows and do it from this position here. And again, don't strain or force anything. Here, allow your midsection sink towards the floor. Now I'm not that flexible, but I've been, believe it or not, this is a massive improvement on what I used to be able to do. When you see them in yoga, they're looking up towards the sky. Heaven knows how they do that, but over time I'm sure it's right. I'm sure it's possible rather. Great. Now from here, naturally, you can go into what they call the downward dog. So curl your toes up, come up onto your tippy toes. You can walk your feet forward for this one. I can't get my heels back onto the floor in that position. Walk your heels forward, your feet forward rather. And now push your head down between your arms. Again, don't force anything. Widen out your stance if you want. And feel your heels sinking to the floor. That's it. And again, feel that stretch in the calves. Feel it in the shoulders. And the back. That's it. That's good. Excellent. Okay. So that's the front section done. What we're going to do now is we're going to go onto our back, nice and easily, gently. Nothing rushed about any of this. Come down. That's it. Bring your left leg up. Grasp your knee and bring it slowly to your chest. Don't force anything. That's it. That's good. Now take your left hand inside of your left knee, keeping your right shoulder on the ground. Just allow it to gently fall to one side. Now depending on and trying to keep your right buttock on the ground as well. Depending on your degree of flexibility here, you'll be able to open those hips up. This is, as I said, it's opening the hips up, getting that hip mobility increased and going. That's an area I had massive issues in the past. And from there, take your right hand across the outside of your left knee and roll it gently across, trying to keep your left shoulder blade on the ground. Now, I'm not able to bring my right knee right the way over at this point with keeping my shoulder blade down, but that doesn't matter. You just work to your own ability here. If you want to increase that stretch a little more, you can extend out your left leg and the extra weight will give a little bit more movement. But again, don't strain anything too much, especially in the early days. That's it. I feel my big toe touching the grass there. Oh, that's a result. Fantastic.
Great. Then come up back towards the centre. Left leg goes all the way down. Bring your right leg up, right knee up, grasp with 2 hands and bring towards the chest. That's it. Good. Bringing it up. That's it. Now, take your right hand, place it on the inside of your right knee. Again, the same thing. Let it open up to the right hand side, falling down, keeping your left shoulder blade down. That's it. And then your knee eventually and the whole leg should come to the floor, which mine was done amazingly. Fantastic. Must be getting better at this thing. And then knee up, take your left hand across the outside of your right knee and then draw yourself across, keeping that right shoulder blade on the floor. That's it. I'm extra stiff on this side, which is why I can't get my knee anywhere near the ground at this point. But as I said, you're working to your own abilities here. This is a massive improvement on what you used to be able to do. So it's a work in progress, as we all are for the rest of our lives. Fantastic. And again, you can extend your right leg out, keep that right shoulder blade down, and over time, gravity will eventually bring that foot down. That's it. Again, feel that stretch in that lower back. That's great. Knees back to the centre. Grasp both knees, bring them both up to the chest. Curl yourself up in a ball. That's it. Again, don't strain, overly strain. And now, we're just going to have a little rocky movement going on here. This is it, just gently. Again, try this gently at home to start with. Eventually you'll be able to rock all the way up and down. And what they say is it's redistributing all sorts of spinal fluids up and down, realigning, all sorts of things there. That's good. Excellent. Good. Once you've done that, what we're going to do now, going to stretch out the glutes again. So cross the right leg over your left leg, and then take your hands and place them through the gap, and then grasp your knee. Now, some of you will be able to come down pretty quickly. Others will take time to get down like me. Others may not be able to and might just get to this point here. That's fine. Don't strain your neck. Just let it fall backwards. And then find yourself going back towards the ground. That's it. Breathing nice and easily all the time. That's good. Well done. Okay. Again, holding it for 15 to 30 seconds or so, and more if you want to increase that stretch. Also stretching out shoulders and neck muscles. There you go. Now, we're going to swap that over. So left leg across the right knee. Again, hands through the gap, round the right knee, and one side you'll probably find is more difficult or stiffer than the other. Just let yourself gently fall back. There we go. That's it. Stretching that whole spine and the neck and the glutes, abductors, all sorts of things. There, that's it. Nice and easy. Fantastic. Good. Okay. Now from here, both feet down. Wobble up a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of room. Recenter. Come up. Now I'm going to start to open up those hips again. So from this position here, what we're going to do is to allow our hips, or legs, knees to fall inwards gently. That's it. Nice. Just letting gravity again take you down. That's it. And to the other side. Nice wide base there between your feet. That's it. Good. Nice and easily. Again, one side you'll find will be more mobile than the other. Good. And just repeat that to open the hips up before we get onto another hip stretching exercise. I'm going to concentrate quite a bit on the hips because they tighten up when we're sitting down And that sort of thing that we're all doing too much of these days. That's it. Good. Excellent. And from this point here, what we'll do, take our right leg and just place it at a right angle in front of us. Now you might want to bring it back a little bit to start with, and the rear leg, again, could be at a right angle into this fashion here, but it really depends on your mobility, because this is again to mobilise the hips. But to start with, bring your leg back up and this leg back down like this, and the idea will be to eventually to be able to sit upright and face forward. Now this, I had to, when I first was doing this, I was leaning right to one side, but now I'm able to sit more upright. That's it. And this is a great position to adopt while you're watching the telly at night, just to get yourself, and you can feel that part of the hip here being tested. You're pushing against it, trying to increase that stretch. You could actually hold the foot and the knee, and at that point you could straighten the legs out, but just be careful at this. Don't overly stretch. If you feel a cramp coming on, release it up. All right. So we're just going to hold that position there. If you have to hold or you have to lean, do that. Okay. It's not a race, this. All right. Take it in your own time. So up we go. Some of you might even want to start trying to move the leg backwards a little bit. Okay, to increase that stretch. Either way, it doesn't matter. So again, hold in that position 15 to 20 seconds or so. That's it. Good. Now, I'm going to swap that over. So the left leg comes round. Again, right angle if you can, or facing backwards if that's more difficult. Right leg goes to the rear, again, right angle, or bring it back. And try and find that upright position. That's it. If you can, let go. And again, you'll feel that stretch, or that, sorry, crunch I should say, in the right hand side there, as the hips are loosening out. You get very stiff because we're sitting down all the time. So opening out these hips in this manner will make you feel so much better as you're walking around, etc., and just doing your daily activities. That's good. Now, moving on from that, the next one. This is a really good exercise for alleviating that sitting position that I've been talking about. If you do no other exercise, I suspect, I suggest you concentrate on this one here. So, hand down, leg up, opposite leg, opposite hand. The rear leg can either be in a kneeling position, push slightly back, or you could raise it. Depends on your ability at this moment in time. And from here, what we're going to do with the free hand, you're going to try and allow it to travel down the leg. You may need to adjust all sorts of positions to find out what's most comfortable for you. And slowly, with gravity, your elbow will come down to the ground. You want to drop it, that's fine. And what you'll feel here, really stretching inside the hips here, the hip flexors. These are things that tighten up when you sit all day. Okay, so what you can also do, you can add a rotation through, moving round to open up that thoracic region. That's it. And then bring it back down. Repeat that 2 or 3 times. That's it. Coming down. Good. Just holding that stretch there. It's allowing gravity to take it down. Oh, that's great. Slowly down. Swap your hands. Right hand down. Left leg up. Right knee down. Slightly back. You can lift it up if you want. Now this is my worst side.
the side that isn't quite as flexible. And believe it or not, when I first started, I was almost up here. But over time, just gently, gradually, consistently doing this day after day after day, been able to almost get my elbow down. Almost. Breathe into it. Nice and easy. That's it. And again, you can bring that arm round, point to the sky, open up the chest and the thoracic region there, and then back down. Excellent. That's it. One more. Take your time. Good. And then back down. That's good. Okay. Now we're going to open up that thoracic region, as I was saying. So, kneeling down, hands down underneath your shoulders. Take your left hand behind your head and slowly swing your elbow up towards the sky, trying to rotate from the shoulders rather than the hip. Well, that's quite difficult. Trying to point the elbow up towards the sky and then back down. And then up, breathe out. Don't strain too much. And over time, this will loosen out, as I said, that whole thoracic region, the shoulders, etc. And down. Repeat this 4 or 5 times. That's it, nice and easy. One more. That's it. Excellent. Now left hand down, right hand up behind the head, and slowly up, twisting from the shoulders rather than the hip, although they obviously will try and get into it, and down. And you'll probably find one side can get higher than the other, so concentrate on the side that isn't quite as good. That's it. Good. And down. One more. And again, add to this as and where you need to. Excellent. Good. Now, almost the last one. Now, some of you might find this very difficult. Depends on your strength and your flexibility. So take it in your own time, at your own pace, and only go as far as you can get. And if you can only get into the first position, that's fine. So, feet and hands down. We go into a crab. So we're going to go up, turn one hand, both hands slightly round, and then we're going to lift one arm up in the air, which means we need to lean to one side, weights onto the left side, then we're going to lift our hips up, like to move your feet forward a little bit, and over, and arch across. Now eventually your hand will be able to touch the floor behind you, but my goodness, when I first started I was down here. Now I'm here after 6 months to a year. It really helps stretch that lumbar region out. Just be careful and make sure your arm is supporting, you can support your weight. If you can only get to here, that's fine. Don't do yourself an injury by overextending and collapsing down. Okay? Come back down. If you need to reorientate yourself. Now everything's going to be onto the right hand side. Right hand, right leg, that's going to take the weight. Up into crab. Turn your right hand around, so it's pointing towards 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock if you like. Up we go. And again, launch up and reach round. That's it. Feel that stretch.
I want to come down to repeat. Absolutely fine. Up we go. Excellent. Okay. And what we'll finish off with is a stretch forward. Now, for some of you, just being able to sit up in this position will be challenging enough. For others, your hands will be able to go further down. So again, work to your own ability on this one. I'm still trying to grasp my feet, but we're stretching the whole posterior chain here, hamstrings, etc. So run your hands down to where you can comfortably start and just breathe out and allow gravity to take you down. Again, there's no race in this one. You can hold this stretch for as long as you like, and over time you'll find you start to move your hands a little bit more forward, keeping your knees pressed into the floor there. You can loosen them out to start with if you're finding it difficult to do that and there's too much strain on your hamstrings. But over time what you'll find is that you can start to move your hands around the back of the feet. Eventually I want to get my head all the way down, arms down. And that will really help with my handstands as well. And that's it. And hold that for, as I said, 30 seconds plus, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes if you like. Just nice and easily. Breathing out. Good. Excellent. Okay, when you release from this one, just do it gently, no sudden movements. Release it gently and come upright. Well, I hope you enjoyed that stretch routine. Take out of that what you want. You can use all of the exercises. Doesn't matter particularly in the order. You might find it easier to run it through in the way that I've done it because it follows body parts, but it's not too problematic if you want to swap things around, take things out, other little things to it. But these exercises, or these stretches here, the mobility exercises here, are all designed to alleviate that pain that you find in your lower back. Let me know how you get on. See how successful that has been for you. For me, it's been a game changer. Really helps me feel and recover much faster after exercise, and also if I've been sitting too much during the day. Thanks again, guys. Remember to please subscribe, share the video, promote it, etc. if you can, if you want to, obviously, and leave your comments down below. Really appreciate your support. Thank you.